righty. Welcome back, everyone, to the Colonie Pit, where we catch up with your friends and our alumni. We have the ultimate dynamic duo here, brothers, on the show for the first time ever on the Colonie Pit.
Yes.
Pat, who's on the hot seat with us today.
Yes, John, we have, as you said, two great brothers from the early 90s of the Garnet and Gold era, and they happen to be from the iconic Aidala family. And we'd like to welcome to the Colonie Pit, Greg and Stephen Aidala from the classes of 92 and 93, respectively. Gentlemen, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Patrick. Thanks, John. It's good to see you guys. Man, it's been a while.
You too. We're going to go down memory lane quite a bit, talk about all things growing up Colonie, and then we're going to talk about, what's been going on in your current life and everything in between. And we'll probably go in a few directions we didn't even plan on, but that's all part of the fun of the show. So thank you for coming on. And we're going to start off the show like we do with all our other guests. You're going to get hit with the Kurver Kreme question. Right. And that question is, if, you have we're going back in time to the early 90s, let's say 92, 93, and you have the keys to really whatever car you want from Quail Auto, and you want to go to Kurver Kreme, we're going to assume that you're going to bring each other as shotgun. So that means you get to put three people in the back of the car, and you can have different answers to this. Who are the three people you're picking up to go to Kurver Kreme, and what flavor are you getting? And we will start with Steve.
Do it. You might have to microphone. Yeah. I know. I never really went to Kurver Kreme a lot, so I would pick up Alex Santoli for sure. Obviously, he's with me. Bob Eccles, and got to be from Colonie. I'd say maybe like Jeremy Mail. Probably Jeremy
nice.
Mail. Yeah.
What flavor? What flavor are you getting, Steve, when you get there?
I think if I used to get an ice cream from there, I would do like a twist, chocolate and vanilla twist. Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty basic. Yeah. Yep.
All right, Greg.
Well, that's great. Did my brother pick four people? Wasn't it three? Was it?
Did I pick four?
No. Oh, no. You were right. You're right.
You were
right.
You're the fourth in the front seat.
So I'm the fourth. I picked three people.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Kurver Kreme, which is great. Just a side story. Like where we grew up, the owners lived up the street from us. The Meinecker family of Colonie. Yeah, it's pretty cool. So let's see. I would take my brother Stephen. I would take Todd Smith, a fellow class of 92. And I would take, Rick Grambaki, my other, he's my other graduate. He's a pharmacist now. And Aaron Lanza.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, my friend,
nice.
my friend Aaron Lanza, he moved to Vegas. He and his wife been out there for 23 years, but yeah, he's those would be my peeps. And we would go to Kurver Kreme. I'd go soft serve chocolate with chocolate sprinkles. Pretty basic as well, but
nice.
But pretty good.
Is that in a cone or a cup?
Total cone. And nowadays it's a waffle cone.
Good point.
100%.
Yep. Chocolate on chocolate. We like it.
Yep.
All right. Well, that's probably the hardest question I'm going to give you tonight. So it's all downhill from here.
Hey, good night, everybody.
Yeah.
So here's the next question. Where are we most likely to find you? Most likely to find you? Northway Mall, Colonie Center, Crossgates, Latham Circle Mall, or the infamous Mohawk Mall?
So quick question. Is that nowadays or are you talking 92, 93?
92.
Forgive me. Okay.
For me, Crossgates back then. Absolutely. Yeah. Always there.
Dude, I rarely went to malls.
Really?
Yeah. I think, I guess because proximity to Colonie Center and then Crossgates, maybe for movies. Geez, I don't know. It all depended, I think, on remember Northway Mall used to have movies? I used to like to go to see the movies there.
Yes, in the
so
Mid-10.
that was pretty cool because it was like separate from the mall. You didn't have to deal with a bunch of stuff.
There's a chapel there too.
That's right.
in the Northway Mall.
I forgot about the
Yeah,
church.
had the chapel there before it moved.
St. Francis.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good call, Steve.
Leechmere
back there.
Leechmere.
I worked there for like 3 days. It's awful.
Oh. Yeah, so I'd say, I don't know, a mix of those malls maybe.
Okay.
Check out a movie.
All right.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Favorite Colony Park? Cook Park, West Albany, Locust Park, or Milton Park? We'll start with Steve.
I was spent a lot of time at Cook Park. So absolutely Cook Park. Yeah. I live on Locust Park now, though.
Oh, no kidding.
Absolutely
Yeah.
Cook Park. Yeah. Oh yeah, a lot of late nights there. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Red Solo cups.
Oh,
That was
God,
a big
yeah.
thing, Tony, right? Are you an
Oh,
under?
yeah.
Are you not right? Like, are you
Oh
a
yeah.
senior $5 or I don't know? Was it undergrad $10 or something weird like that? They always had these weird rules.
Oh, yeah.
Nice. I'll go with Cook Park too.
Okay.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, baseball and all that stuff.
Good
Yeah.
times.
All right, here's one. Where were we most likely to find you at, Blockbuster or Hollywood Video?
If you guys should just try to mute back and forth because we're getting a little bit of feedback. Thanks.
Blockbuster for sure. Yeah, I don't think I really ever went into a Hollywood Video. So absolutely Blockbuster.
So here's a bonus question. Did you have a Blockbuster card? And
Oh,
then,
absolutely.
and then, what's the first section you're going to visit when you walk in?
The new releases. Why? What were you thinking?
I was going to say, is it comedy, horror, action, documentaries, foreign,
Usually went to the
video
new
games, which we get a lot. A lot of people say they go straight to the video games. I was like, oh yeah.
release. Oh wow, never thought about that. Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't do that. No, new releases. New releases.
Nice.
Yeah.
Greg, what about you?
I was definitely Blockbuster as well. And yes, I did have a card.
Nice.
First section, they never had it though. Porn. Hard to find. Hard to find at Blockbuster. I don't know why. Hard. No, just kidding. I would go to new releases. Was and still am a fan of like independent movies and especially comedies and stuff of that nature. But very independent. Yeah.
So what's your favorite independent movie?
At that time, and I remember we saw this. Speaking about Northway Mall and those movie theaters, it was Thanksgiving. We used to go out after dinner and stuff with our friends and go to the movies. And Clerks was Clerks was that time. So that was like, but I mean, the real shift of independent film that had my brain think completely different was Pulp Fiction. With Quentin Tarantino's mind, the way he writes and brings a cast together. My brain had never seen that. So I had to watch it another time and be like, oh, wow, it was fantastic for my brain, I felt, and just for awareness. So, sorry, that's
Nice.
a long answer, but.
No, great. No, it's a great answer. Great answer.
Favorite pizza spot back in the day? We'll start with Steve. Pizza Hut, Inferno, Avante, or Little Anthony's?
Inferno.
Yeah,
Definitely
Albany
Inferno.
Shaker Road, right?
Yeah, close to my
Yeah.
father's house. So absolutely, yeah.
That was the
Actually,
real
probably
deal.
pick one on the way home.
Yeah. That was the
Yeah.
real deal. Is that still
Avante,
there?
I forgot about Avante. Yeah, still there.
Inferno's still
Yeah.
there? Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Greg?
Yeah.
I would say, because we're from a large family, right? We're 2 of 8 kids, and so we'd have to get those big pizzas. So there was definitely Inferno. We also had family pizza night. We'd make them on Fridays too. So it'd be like Inferno, and then sometimes, if you remember this, Little Anthony's used to do like the 24 cut.
Yep.
They might haul them out at dances or something like that. But that's with the large family. That's what we had. Yeah, I'd say Inferno and Little Anthony's.
Nice. All right. So here's a scenario. School gets canceled for a snow day. Where are you going tubing? Sand Creek, Westland Hills, or the Colony Town Golf Course? Steve, what do you think?
Wait, say those options again.
So we got
I
Sand
did tube a
Creek.
lot.
Yeah, so I was going to say Sand Creek will call you.
I was going
We'll
to say
call
to
an
somebody's house
ambulance.
and start partying. I don't think I went tubing. Off of the
You know,
school.
we should have that question in there. So we got Sand Creek, Westland
Right.
Hills, or Colony Town Golf Course.
Sand Creek. I did tube a few times at Sand Creek down that side hill by the cemetery there. Absolutely, yeah. Which is a little dangerous because you're flying into the parking lot. So it was pretty nutty doing that. Yeah. I didn't do it too many times, but yeah, it was a good time. You know.
Nice. Greg, what about you?
Yeah.
All right, so I have to go with Sand Creek as well. That was, 100. I'll never forget, dude. You talk about that side hill, you know that side hill. All right, you come down off the cemetery side, and oh man, I was there with a schoolmate of mine, and we went, and they had the snowbanks. And I'll never forget this. And I took a tube. I'd never done it before, and I hit that snowbank, and I went up in the tube, and it came up like this. So the tube is flat like this, and I just came right down on my lower back to my head, like, ooh. And it was just that thump. I literally got up. I was like, yeah, nah, dude, I'm totally cool. Totally. Like, you got to play it off. I don't want to get beat up. I'm like, no, I'm totally cool. I was just crushed on the inside, and I felt like immediate bruising on the inside, too. It was like crazy. And then I just handed the tube, and then I just slowly retreated to a payphone to get right home. Like, I got to go. Payphones, maybe your audience remembers those. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
The 2%ers?
1-800-CALL.
That should be the name of your show, the 2%ers.
Yeah.
It'd be that's great.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, that hill is deceivingly steep, and you really probably shouldn't sled down a hill that ends in a concrete parking lot. Like,
No, absolutely not.
It's probably not the safest thing, but I think everyone has a horror story there.
We could have sued South Colonie.
You could have.
Could have had our own school.
Yeah, I think they have signs now.
Yeah,
like statute of limitations or anything like that.
Oh.
But all right, last warm-up question here. Funniest person you went to high school with, not named Aidala?
Ooh.
Oh my God, that's a great question.
We've never asked this to anyone, by the way.
Oh man. So
I'm not thinking about like this, like we're the funniest. I just can't think of. I'm trying to think.
yeah,
of
right. Yeah, 100%. Because there was so many. We've talked about this. So many super funny, like talented people that I really think 30 years ago it was a good peak in time. I felt at least, and there was a lot of talent I graduated with, and I like staying in touch with them. And they're doing great stuff. I love it, from all walks of life. Can we name? So is this like all through school or high school, and can we name teachers?
Yeah, you can name teachers or students, just people who would make you laugh in general during high school. They don't necessarily have to be a comedian per se, but right. Someone who said, yeah, that guy was really funny.
Can I go?
Yeah.
All right. So I had a bunch of friends and stuff of that nature. And my friend Mr. Backus is retiring, and he always had a good sense of humor. Here's my. I have two, one from 6th grade and one from senior year. 6th grade, if any audience remembers 6th grade teacher, Mr. Hacker at St. Creek, the guy was unbelievable, a huge influence on my life. Everyone in that class, in fact, everyone that ever had that gentleman speaks highly of him. He was a very good teacher. He pushed you hard and he made you work for free time. It was such and what it did is in that classroom, it was community. And he was hilarious. And I'll give you an example, because at Sand Creek, you have the telephones. So he'd answer the telephone, Kelly's Pool Hall, okay? The guy was great. He was a Navy veteran too, right? If you were closer to the phone, you could answer it. But you had to answer at Kelly's Pool Hall. I mean, this guy everything that he said and did, he was just full of energy. And the second one, I just want to give his good due, because I can, and I mean this sincerely, I can literally name almost everybody in that class from the door to the window in that class. Wow. And my friend Aaron Lands, who I mentioned before, that's where I met him, and we've been friends ever since. He can do the same. That class was incredible. Secondly, a good friend of our family too, and he was a customer, Joe Landers, Mr. Landers. That guy was I had him. It was what he didn't, was it Western Civ? What did he teach my senior year? I forget the course now. Darn it. But he was so into it and so animated. I lost my shit every time I was in his class. It was just so great.
Nice.
And Pat's father is funny too. 100%.
I think that got you a $20 gift certificate from the Colonie Pit.
I honestly can't name one person. I mean, everybody I hung out with was just, we had such a great group of guys and girls that we hung out with. It was just a lot of fun all the way around, you know. Great time to grow up in, believe it or not. I just had a lot of fun in high school, usually after class, but great time, you know. Santoli, Jeremy Mail, all those guys were just crazy back then and a lot of fun to be around, you know.
Oh, yeah.
So, I wouldn't say I had any teachers that were super funny.
Yeah, they were so wacky in such a good way.
Yeah.
Every time I think about it, I'm like,
oh, I think we just lost Greg.
Sorry, that were very supportive. You know, outside of our family, that were really supportive of what we students wanted to do and gave us that exploration. And I often say, for real, like my experience through South Colonie and Colonie in general, I mean, I had fun. I mean, it was a growing experience for sure. I would have partied more, I think, looking back. Like, 100% no.
All right. So
anyway, sorry for the long
so now
answer.
we got you no, it's a great answer. So now we guys got you warmed up. We'll get the party started, and we're going to do this Pulp Fiction style. So, Greg, I know you're going to like this. So we're going to start here at the end, and you're going to take us back to the beginning. So what is your current situation? Are you guys married and also with kids, and where do you guys live?
Do you take a time out, Steve?
You're
I feel like I might be watching like an episode of Cops or something.
Yeah. Or the cops could be knocking in. Oh,
and we're back. I'm so sorry about that. We're sitting here, and all of a sudden we heard this loud boom, and
oh wow!
And I heard people like screaming and crying, and this house in development, diagonal from where we're at, a tree just fell.
Oh wow!
So I'm so sorry about that, but I heard the scream. That's just instinct. I should just leave it be. Sorry. I should have let them do their thing. I'm so sorry about that.
I was waiting for the cops to bust in. I felt like I was watching an episode of Cops or something. I was waiting
we're waiting.
We can hear because of the door behind us, and it was so loud. So sorry about that.
No.
God, that's so. I never had to do that. It's so embarrassing.
No worries. So now we'll get started. We're going to do this Pulp Fiction style, where we're going to start where you guys are now, and then we're going to head back to the beginning where it all began. So right now, like, what's your guys' current situation, and where you guys are you guys living at?
The current situation in terms of work. Oh, hold on.
Just life. Married, kids, no kids.
Not married. Been with the same girl for 24 years. We live together, obviously.
Nice.
I live right in the village of Colonie at Locust Park. We purchased a house next door to us. We use it as a rental income as well, next door to us. And then even starting back in high school, my father would say, "Look, you want a car to go back and forth to school, you're going to have to come to work when you're done." So I always pretty much was working right after class and stuff, maybe a little bit of fun time, and then right down to Quail Auto Sales. Right till 5, 6 o'clock, and then come home, do some studying and things of that. So, yeah, pretty much that's what it is.
Wow. So you've been doing that for over 30 years.
Yep.
Then.
Even right through college, everything. Just I'd go to classes, go to work for a little bit, then I'd study afterwards. Yeah. Maybe a little break in between if my grandfather,
Dude,
who
you're a
was
good son,
Sicilian,
man.
would have like, a little moment, but other than that, yeah, for sure. The whole time. He'd be like, get out of here. You're done. Oh, okay.
Wow,
And
good
like,
for
all right,
you.
come back, which was short lived. So whatever. Yeah.
Nice. Greg,
So
what about you?
We're doing this Pulp Fiction. We're going backwards, right? So
Yeah.
I'm still in the capital region, and been more so like full on a lot since just before COVID. And so, I have still my showcase. I toured my showcase for, it was like 16 years before COVID, and the brouhaha. And so off of that, what I had done was I started really doing a lot of MC work and fundraising. So I was really helping these big not-for-profits and for-profits people really learning about their mission and trying to raise funds, for community, especially cancer related, because of our mother. And, I'm on my friend's cancer foundation. I'm a board member. And so I do a lot of that stuff. I'm also an executive coach. So I'm a certified life coach. So I do like talking with business owners and regular people as well. And I'm not there to fix them. I'm there to show them what I can see, what they've given me, and show them different pathways. I really enjoy that. I really do. And in 20 years of, it was 23 years in the entertainment industry. I've been very fortunate to go a lot of places, meet a lot of people, and be involved in special events, and then also to have a privilege when needed, to work for my family business. And my family's been there for 81 years this year, and it's not easy, but it's tough like anything else. But the reward is, it's a blessing, and we're very fortunate to have it. As much as you can have a love-hate relationship with anything or anyone, but so we're very blessed in that way. So I'm doing a lot of different things. We'll get, I imagine that we'll get into more as we go. But that's where I'm at now. I'm booking a lot of shows. I got my small band, so connecting some shows too. So I'm excited about that. So
nice.
Yeah.
I think we should put a time limit on him.
The
whole 30 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think we can segue right into the go back to the beginning question.
Yeah, I'll get there. All right, well, I'll make do with it. I'll try to adjust the volume best I can on my end. All right, so here we go. So now we're going to go back the opposite direction of the time machine. If you guys can tell us, what part of Colonie did you grow up in? Did you always live in Colonie from day one? And who were some of the people that, around our, your age that lived in the general neighborhood or vicinity that you grew up in? Either one of you or both.
I'll go ahead. So grew up in Colonie, absolutely. Loudonville, right off Albany Shaker Road. In my vicinity, I had Alex Santoli, Matt Richardson, Craig Scavullo. My God. Brian Sipperly, which he ended up graduating from Niskayuna. You may have known him a little bit. Who else do we have over here that I went to school with? Oh my God, there were so many kids. That's a difference. It was just, it could be 4 or 5 blocks away, and everybody just knew each other. It was Barbers and hair.
Was Steve
Lito
in that neighborhood?
Lisa Corey. Yeah,
Was it Lisa Corey was up there?
Who else is up on top of the hill? That went Amadon. There's a lot of kids, but yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Great neighborhood to grow up in. Halloween was awesome. Always a good time. Fun time. Yeah.
Yeah. And you mentioned your large family, and just to clarify, how many total kids are in your family?
There's 8 of us. I have 4 sisters and then 3 brothers.
8 of you?
Yep. Yeah, and I'm the youngest of all 8.
Okay, and you
Correct.
two are the 2
Yep.
youngest?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Awesome.
Yep.
Awesome. Go ahead, John.
No, so let's go back to high school. You're walking into Colony Central that first day. What was your recollection of high school, through the 4 years? I mean, how would you describe it?
Hazy. At first, I think I do recall being in that seminar, like the day or two before in ninth grade. I went with Todd, my friend Todd Smith. I remember walking in the gym, feeling intimidated, but I know I was just trying to stay grounded, and I did. And I kind of felt that way through all the years of high school, because I wanted to take each year how they each came to me and felt, not like, so I didn't want them to blend in. And I guess I don't know. It was, I guess, excited intimidation. I was like, what is happening here and what's going to happen? So I was kind of like a blank slate and just taking it all in. That's my experience. And it was a pretty cool feeling. Yeah.
So same question for me.
Steve,
I'll be honest, I don't even remember going to the freshman seminar. Was that required? I really don't remember. Was it?
Yeah, the orientation.
I must have went then. I don't remember that. I was a little different than my brothers and sisters. He was prom king. My other brother Jeff was prom king. I almost felt like just there doing my thing, getting to meet people and stuff. But these guys were more into sports. I mean, I did my golf on the high school team, but they were more into sports, and I would say definitely more popular than I was. I just kind of went and did my thing, and oh yeah, I think so. Yeah, I was just kind of, you went to my classes and did my thing. So freshman year was probably a little nerve-wracking at first, because you're combining a lot of kids you don't know from Leishakil and bringing them in. It's some of those kids, some of them kids, not as much as the ones that directly went to Sand Creek with, but a lot of those kids I still talk to every once in a while. I talked to, remember Greg Stevie, Chad Stevie, they're great customers of ours, and he sends a lot of customers to us. So as crazy as it is how kind of relationships you make just being in those schools for 4 years, because again, a lot of the times you don't see these people again when you walk off that stage, which is pretty amazing. Everybody just puts away and goes. So, pretty wild.
Yeah.
What were some of the thinking back to like your high school years? Because I know you both are big music fans, and I know Greg performs. I don't know, Steve, if you perform, but I know you guys are really into music in general. What were some of your favorite bands? Do you remember back in the early '90s to listen to during that era?
Well, I think our love really for music, really the genesis was our grandfather loved the trumpet and played the trumpet. When we were growing up, let me just side note, where we decided to do this, since it's Colonie in the Pit, we're doing this in the house where we grew up. Our father still lives here. Yeah, so we thought we'd make it all Colonie. So our grandfather played the trumpet, and growing up in this house, we had, I don't know, it must have been 7 instruments. It was a sax, trumpet, drums, piano, flute, guitar. So it was always something happening. And then we started band 3rd grade, and then playing trumpet, and we went right through high school. So we've talked about this before. I think it's that love of learning a new language with music. You're in with friends. It's super cool. Sometimes you get to travel, and it's this live event, and it's you work so hard to perform, and it was just fun. And I think that that for me is 100% why I love being in the moment in live events. It's a lot of that training with the music. I mean, yeah. Do you agree with that?
Absolutely. If you play an instrument, you can read music. You kind of have a different appreciation for it. But I mean, I still listen to most of the bands that I listened to in high school. Fish, Blues Traveler, any kind of jam bands. There was Mo back then, and they're still around. That always took a liking to me. I like the live music experience, the concerts, just going out and having a good time. Sometimes it's better than a vacation. Sometimes, you just a few hours of your day.
What about Deviation? Did you guys like Deviation back in the day?
Dude, Deviation, totally. Before Deviation, I forgot to mention it. Chili Peppers, Primus, The Doors, of course, Fish, The Dead. That was always happening around. Heavy metal too. You know, even college, I roadied for my friend's band, and we met some, you know, like Pantera and stuff like that. So it was always this great mix of music. But Deviation for certain. I mean, that was Deviation. I can't. You know, there's still the tape. I think Todd, the guitarist, who I mentioned before, Todd Smith, still has the tape. And I think you can find it online. It's so crazy. But if you go back and listen to that music for real, those are high school kids. We were all just like, it was pretty good. It was like, you know, like Tom Gaybauer, you know Tom he graduated with me. His brother's the golf pro at town of Colonie. And yeah, he was a great drummer, and he graduated with us too. But anyway, yeah, have to have Deviation.
It's true. It's true Colonie right there. When only on the Colonie Pit will you hear a reference to Deviation.
So let me ask this question then. What is the best concert you guys have saw, and where was it? Best concert?
Oh, I've seen a lot of good concerts.
Number one, you said it was life-changing. As soon as you saw them come off, you're like, wow.
I'd have to say Grateful Dead. When I saw them first in the early 90s, down when it was the Knickerbocker Arena, because that's where I used to listen to the music, but actually seeing them perform that type of music, I would have to say Grateful Dead for sure. And that's what got me into Fish and all the other kind of jam band music, you know. I mean, I love all types of music, but that's where my forte is in terms of listening and stuff. I really like that. Yeah. Yep, absolutely. Yep.
That's a tough question. Oh man. Could you feel those moments of like, holy this shit, like this thing is happening, and you feel that wave of energy? Holy mackerel. I best concert ever? There's so many. I don't even know how to respond. I want to say all of them. You have. You know, someone that jumped out because of the way, I saw this guy once, and I was blown away. But this is not take away from every single show I've ever seen. But this guy had just popped into my head because he's a legend. When I saw Tony Bennett, Tony, that was pretty. It's like, oh, that was pretty sweet. And that, again, that's not take away from any show I've ever seen. I think it was maybe I was just like maybe caught up in the moment of seeing him and just wail. I mean, he was fantastic. Yeah.
Do you remember the first? If you can't say the best concert, do you remember like your first concert you ever saw?
Good. Take it.
Absolutely, it was Huey Lewis in the news. Huey Lewis and his sister took us. Oh yeah.
Oh, no kidding.
That was got to be 88. What's got to be
88. I still have the ticket stub.
Nice.
It was August of 88. I do. I still have it. I still have it. And it was August of 88, SPAC. Our sisters did take us, and I'll never forget. That's a good question, too, because that was two of our family's friends had inside seats, and literally they were last row up top, which are consequently, if you go there as an adult now, it's very nice because it's breezy and it's a cool view. So they gave us a ticket so we could go in and see this experience. And I never forget, we're walking in, I just felt like dizzy, like I don't know what's going on. And then there's Huey Lewis, and it's like, all right, this is pretty cool. But again, your mind's like watching Tarantino for the first time. Couldn't wrap it. But that was where our first show was together. Yeah.
Huey Lewis went to Cornell, in case you didn't know that.
Family show right there. If your sisters brought you.
Yeah. But Huey Lewis, he went to Cornell. I don't know if he graduated from there, but he did go to Cornell. Did he? Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, no kidding. I didn't know that. Now, let me ask you guys this question. So if you can go back in time right now today, what would you tell yourself walking through those doors of Colonie your freshman year? What advice would you give yourself?
It's pretty easy for me. Just take it easy, relax, and just have a good time. You know, if you knew that then, just be more outgoing with people, things of that nature. At first you're just so held back. For me, I was anyhow, just until as you get to a senior year. But that's what I would. And I see that in a lot of kids now. They're so much more relaxed. I don't know if it's the internet or what it is with the social media. A lot of my nieces and nephews are so more outgoing than I was when they were freshmen and going into high school. They're obviously a lot older now, but that's what I would do. I would say, all right, this is probably going to be a great experience, and than it was, but I would have certainly went in with a different point of view for sure. Yeah.
Nice.
I would echo that for certain too. I think I would just say to myself, sort of how I felt when you asked me that question. It bubbled up those feelings of just stay open, listen, learn. Yeah. And tell myself maybe to learn how to talk better to girls. No, do that. Like, I don't know what to say. Dances were very lonely with this guy. Oh,
We had him on the last episode. He kind of said the same thing when it came to his communication skills with the ladies, and I think we all probably could have been a touch smoother on that end. That's all right. That's part of growing up, right?
exactly. And if I may say, I watched some of Matt's interview with you because I saw him last fall at an event I was hosting. It was great to catch up with him. And I am thrilled for him, especially a fellow Raider in my class that goes on to win the state champ. So Matt Raymond, I'm really happy for you, man. We talked about it because his uncle Jerry is a good customer of our business, and he mentioned him in the interview. How we got with St. Anne's and all that. So I'm one of the 2%er. So I pay attention to it.
We appreciate that.
But yeah, I'm really happy for Matt, and he was fun. He was a fun interview. Good job with that one.
Thank you. Well, with that, we'll wrap up part 1, but we're going to be back with the Aidala brothers in part 2. So if you haven't subscribed to the Colonie Pit, please go to our channel, subscribe, like us, so we can get up to maybe like 4% of the population watching us. We're going to try to double it up from 2 to 4. See you soon.